Hi, it's great to see everyone here tonight. We're excited that we're here together to celebrate our students for Career and Technical Education Student of the Year at South Kitsap School District. For those of you I haven't met, my name's Sarah Hatfield. I'm the Career and Technical Education Director here for South Kitsap School District. I'm excited to have our parents, students, teachers, administrators, and leadership team here this evening to help recognize the students and the teachers for the great hard work that they've done this year. A special thank you goes out to our administrative team who's put extra time, effort, and makes everything behind the scenes happen. Heidi Dusek, Liz Oliver, Greg Kilpatrick, Sandy Elton, and Dave Reichel, our career counselor. A special thank you for all that you do all year long to make sure that everybody gets what they need and can do the job that they need to do. A special thank you always to our teachers for being here tonight and celebrating, and our advisory chair members and participants for being here. You're the people who help guide and support and drive our programs to the next level. So we appreciate you being here with us this evening as well. And to students and parents, you put in a lot of the hard work, and we're glad that you're here to celebrate your students with us this evening. I'd like to recognize our school board members, Eric Gattenby, Jeff Daly, John Berg, Liz Sebrin, Rebecca Deal. Thank you for your support throughout the year. I'd also like to recognize here with us this evening our high school administration, Principal Dave Goodwin, Assistant Principal Charlotte Cole, and Frida Evans. Thank you for being here. I'd also like to recognize here with us tonight our Superintendent, Tim Winter, Deputy Superintendent, Jay Villers, and Assistant Superintendent, Jennifer Farmer. Thank you for your support as well for career and technical education in our district. We'll go ahead and begin moving into the student ceremony. The teachers will come forward and recognize their student, and then the student will have an opportunity to share something if they would like to. After that, we'll move into our advisory meeting, so let's go ahead and get started. To start us off this evening, I'd like to introduce Sean Dutry with our Accounting CTE Student of the Year.
The Accounting Student of the Year this year is Alina Cruz. She was chosen because she was obviously the best student, and her attention to detail was excellent. Her handwriting is so perfect. I really loved her handwriting. I always used her test as a key. Great personality, really caring person. Earlier in the year, we talked and she had aspirations to maybe become a registered nurse, but it appears that she might be thinking about becoming a CPA. That might be because our guest speaker came in and really lit a fire in her and showed her a career path that was something that she sees she could be excellent at. I'm just really proud of her. I'm going to miss her smile. She's always the second or first person in the class, right on task, helps other kids. You know, she exemplifies what a top student should be. So great job, Alina, and I hope you are successful next year in Arizona. Take care.
Congratulations, Elena. Up next, we have Mike Shepard with our Agricultural Science Student of the Year.
Good evening. My name's Mike Shepard. I am one of the agriculture teachers here at South Kitsap High School, and our other two agriculture teachers are Michelle Carter and Travis Hoyle. And our Student of the Year in agriculture is Victoria Lane. It was very difficult to choose this year as we had 5 outstanding seniors that met all of the qualifications of Student of the Year, and those are being in an ag class every year, being an FFA member, and also completing a supervised agricultural experience. And I just said all of that to say that Victoria stood out above all the others, and that was an extraordinary accomplishment as there was a lot of competition this year. Victoria has been in an ag class for 4 years in high school. As a freshman, she was in aquaculture. As a sophomore, she took advanced agriculture. As a junior, she was in veterinary science. And this year as a senior, she was in the veterinary apprenticeship program. And we're really gonna miss Victoria. She's been a huge part of our program. She was the FFA chapter president this year. She has raised a pig all 4 years in high school. She's been to state convention the last, I think, 3 years. And she competed in the veterinary science CDE last year and was our top performer in the chapter. She was 14th in the entire state out of some 200 plus students. And this year she is also on the veterinary science team and will be competing June 10th in a virtual competition at the state level. And I just really appreciate Victoria, and she's a young lady that came to us as a freshman, and I didn't even know if she could speak or not. She was so quiet, and now she's the chapter president, and I think that says a lot for how she's grown throughout her high school experience. And good job, Victoria, and I look forward to seeing how you do in your veterinary career coming up. Victoria is going to be going to University of Alaska next year, and then transfer to I think she's going to transfer to Washington State University after that. So good job and good luck in your future.
Congratulations, Victoria. Up next, I'd like to introduce Beth Cordy with our ASL Student of the Year and with her interpreter, Mark Guzman.
All right, hello everybody. I'm so excited to be here today. And today I have decided to pick Courtney Nelson. And the reason being for this is because she has been involved in ASL Club and she has been president for quite some time now, for about 3 years. She has taken ASL 1 and 2 with me. And I have been lucky to have her. But unfortunately, she was not able to join my ASL 3 class due to schedule conflicts, but she is very motivated and has been my TA for her senior year. She really is knowledgeable of deaf culture, ASL, and she has also been involved in ASL competition in the previous years and has been 3rd place, I believe. Can you help me remember? I think it was 3rd place. Anyway. The entire ASL team got 3rd place, and we have encouraged her and her team, and we have also supported her along her way for her success. And I think that's all I can say about Courtney. And now I'm going to give it to Courtney. You have the floor.
So I just want to thank especially everyone who helped me in ASL. Miss Cordy and Miss Rogers, they were always there for me and they helped me, especially if I was stuck or if I needed help, but they encouraged me to keep going, which is what helped me a lot through ASL and just like becoming more fluent as the years went on. And especially like Miss Rogers, who established that foundation for me in ASL 1 and encouraged me to go to ASL Club, where I met Sydney and a bunch of great other people, where I really felt like I had a great time. And ever since like learning ASL, I feel like I've just improved in my life, and it's a great there's a dog barking, sorry. It's a great language to learn, and I have so much appreciation for the culture and everything it brings. So I'm very proud to have known like all these people around me and all the deaf people I have met in my life so far, and I plan to continue meeting some more people and would like to maybe do something in interpreting later on, because that would make me very happy in life. So.
Congratulations, Courtney. I'd like to introduce Stephanie Winslow with our AP Environmental Science Student of the Year.
All right. Hi, Audrey. I know you're here. So it is with pride that I introduce Audrey Tarr, AP Environmental Science Student of the Year. What I find so unique about this whole ceremony, and you've already heard it already, is it's not just about noting the greatness of the student, but acknowledging their whole journey through the programs at South Kitsap High School. I first met Audrey as a sophomore in my physical science class. Her enthusiasm, her confidence, and participation, along with high-level connections to content, was very noteworthy. And so I immediately started recruiting her for my AP Environmental Science class. It's interesting because Audrey seemed to have her whole kind of high school plan set out, and she said I might be seeing her senior year. As she walked out the door, I kept my fingers crossed, and I had a good feeling about it. Her junior year, Audrey continued building her foundation of science with biology. Her teacher, Ms. Dignan, noted her talent for combining science and art in unique ways and continued that Audrey was clearly driven by her own curiosity about the natural world. Her natural curiosity and drive to seek understanding, I'm sure, is noteworthy in all of her classes. Audrey's senior year arrived, and good news, she was on my roster. I also quickly learned that she was taking oceanography, a second science class with Ms. Painter. In oceanography, Ms. Painter observed Audrey's continuous thoughtful questioning and expression of joy in science. In AP Environmental Science, I witnessed her leadership, her high levels of analysis of human impacts on the environment, and her unique perspective that was both positive and solution-based. Between both courses, Audrey's compass began to settle. Audrey discovered her love of the sea and a calling to marine conservation. Audrey, as you continue your journey by attending OC and then pursuing your degree in marine biology at University of Washington, may there be fair winds and following seas. Thank you, Audrey, and congratulations.
So I just want to say thank you for this, and thank you, Ms. Winslow, for being there during my high school career, even though I wasn't in any of your classes my junior year. I'm very glad to have met you and to have had this experience. And my experience in your environmental science classes opened up new perspectives for me in the natural world, and I've made connections that I don't think I would have made before.
Great work, Adriana. Up next, we have Jen Bresser with our Applied Math Student of the Year.
Good evening, everybody. Our applied math student this year is actually Caden Healy. He is one of the first students to complete the series of our applied maths as we've been bringing that in. And I think he's actually a key person to point out because he is the type of student that traditional math classes didn't make a whole lot of sense. They were there, he could do them. But when we put him in that applied setting, he was outstanding. He was one of the best kids. He was working really hard. He was asking questions. He could see where it connected to his other courses, so automotive or welding or any of those things. And so it just seemed like a natural fit to have him be our student of the year, since he dealt with me in applied algebra 1, took a year off because we didn't have geometry yet, applied geometry, and then chose to take applied algebra 2 with me again because he understood that that's where he was learning best. His goal is to keep working towards hopefully underwater welding, which is fascinating for me. And so I wish him well. And if that doesn't work out, I do know he has an alternate plan to be to go after auto mechanics. So Mr. Watson kind of threw in some want and some wanting to keep going in that realm for him as well. But I do know that Miss Allen and myself are very pleased that Caden Healy was our student of the year this year.
Congratulations, Caden.
Caden, like I said, is the type of kid that we brought, that Miss Hatfield and I have been working hard to bring in the applied maths for. Those are the type of kids we need those classes for. So congratulations, Caden.
Congratulations, Caden. Up next, our Athletic Medicine Student of the Year, presented by Chris Hyatt.
My name is Chris Hyatt. I'm one of the athletic medicine teachers. Jeff, you want to speak? And so that Jeff Spalding is the other athletic medicine teacher.
Hello, I'm here.
There he is. All right, our athletic medicine student of the year is Ashley Cameron. She's a 3-year program. She took both beginning and advanced, and took our only IB sports exercise and health science class, our one and only class. She has over 600 hours in our program. While she played varsity soccer, she was also our athletic medicine student aide for wrestling for 3 years. This year she was our athletic medicine club president, and turned our club around. I think that through her, if we did have our state competition, she would have been in the top 20. I know that her plans are big, and she's going to go on to Montana State University Billings and be a Yellow Jacket and play some varsity soccer there, and hopefully go on and get a Master's of Science in Athletic Training. So, Jeff, you want to say anything?
Well, I'll just echo what Mr. Hyatt said, and then I'll just say that I'm really, really going to miss Ashley, and it's really unfortunate the way that things are ending this year because Ashley is a very, very bright student, and our state competition got canceled this year, but we will be holding a remote edition. But Ashley had big, big plans for that state competition, and she was going to bring home some awards, and I know that she still will. And this is just small potatoes compared to all the things that she's going to do in the future. So Ashley, I'm going to miss you, and I'm looking forward to following you in the future, and I hope you check in.
Ashley, you want to say a few words?
Hi, I just wanted to thank both Mr. Hyatt and Mr. Spalding for all of the support over the past 3 years. And AthMed has been one of my favorite classes, and I've had the best time in this program.
Great job, Ashley. With our Automotive Technology Student of the Year, instructor David Watson.
Yeah, Josh Bowers has excelled in my program very well. He's been a pillar in the classroom, in the shop. I've had him beginning, advanced, and as a TA. He has moved on to the West Sound Skills Center, where he is excelled there as well in auto body, and he landed a job at True Auto Body over in Bremerton, which he's taking a break from right now. He does have to go back to work, so I have to excuse him a little early tonight, but I appreciate you being here, Josh. And he's been such a mentor to other students. He helps in the class, he helps in the shop. He spent 12 years in baseball, 3 years in football. He knows teamwork. He understands what it's all about, but just the level-headedness and the positivity he brought to the program has been instrumental. I can't appreciate you more, Josh. Thank you very much.
Yeah, 1 second, Mr. Lawson, before I do go back to work. And I do like to thank you very much because you definitely brought the automotive, like the whole classroom. You definitely brought it alive the last 3 or 4 years. I know pretty sure I've been in your class freshman year, but I know I've definitely been there the last 3 years, and just having you help me out and seeing you help everyone else out has been absolutely amazing. So, and helping me out career-wise, is just very thankful for that as well.
You're welcome, Josh. Thank you.
Just want to say I'm proud of you, Josh. Really proud of you, buddy. Congrats.
Thank you, Mr. Wynn.
Great job, Joshua. For our business pathway, Betsy Fighter.
Hi, everyone. I am really excited to introduce Anna Hong as the CTE Business Student of the Year. If you know Anna, you know that she is one of the nicest and most thoughtful students at South Kitsap High School. She was one of my first students in my class 3 years ago, and I've been really lucky to have her in class all 3 years since. I consider Anna an expert in all things business. She has a mind and understanding for entrepreneurship. During her junior year, she completed a DECA International Business Plan. So what that means is, for fun and in Anna's spare time, she wrote a 20-page paper and created a company called Milk and Dough. Anna placed first at State DECA for that project and advanced to the international competition in Orlando, Florida. One of my favorite qualities about Anna is her kindness in relation to leadership skills. Anna is our student store manager, and she cares about everybody that works and all of the customers that come into the store. She helps with all DECA projects, especially if it's connected to community service, because she has a passion for community service. As the store manager, she helped raise money this year for the CF 5K, Special Olympics, and the Ronald McDonald House charities. If you know Anna, you know that she is a powerful student leader. She focuses all of her energy towards commitments in co-curricular and student activities while maintaining a really high grade point average. We, as the school community, I can't wait to to see what Anna accomplishes in life, and I wish her the best of luck.
Ms. Spider, I would just like to start off with thank you. I said this before, but you're a huge, prominent figure in my life, and I've been so glad to have been able to take part of not only marketing, but also DECA. You've shown me so much support, and I've learned so much from you. I have so much appreciation for all the work you do, because trust me, I know it's a lot. I still cannot fathom how I'm a senior now, since it still feels like recently I was just a sophomore prancing into marketing with no idea what DECA is. Although I can't right now, I'm sending you all of the virtual hugs. Off.
Congratulations, Anna. With our ceramics student, Josh Disney.
Thanks. My student of the year is Rochelle Sass. She was able to just come onto the scene this year, and she got into the Seattle Art Museum for the student art show. I was so excited for her to be able to step up, apply to that, and then get her work into it and just show all the other students that it is possible. And she engaged with our wood fire, had a beautiful piece with the tentacle and the spines, the dolphin. So just fully engaged, was there, was present. Through that, she also became the president for the ceramics club. And yeah, when I first had her come into class, she was quite shy, quite kind of reserved, but through the courses and as she gained confidence in her artwork and perfected what her abilities were, she stepped into it, started engaging more and more, started being able to develop really high quality work, putting things out. And even this year, she came back and was a TA, willing to help out fellow students, share the knowledge that she's gained, and really became just that figure that other kids can look up to. So I greatly appreciate her coming in, being a part of the course, and growing into a position of leadership. Michelle, if you're on.
I just wanted to say thank you, Mr. Disney, for nominating me, and really every day in your class was super fun. I think in that class is where I smiled and laughed the most. Yeah, just thank you for teaching me so much.
And what's your goals? Where are you planning on going as you graduate?
I got accepted into BYU Idaho, and I plan to study with an illustration major.
Congratulations and great job in submitting your work to the Seattle Art Museum. Up next with our computer-aided drafting student is Merle Williamson.
Anthony Fuchtwanger was my student of the year this time out. He's trying to compete, I think, with his brother as to who's going to spend 700 hours in my program. He's a completer. He's 3 years in, engineering full, architecture full. And then he came back as my TA. And we had quite a few obstacles that came up with the drones. We got some expanded drone capabilities, and we're having a lot of issues with that. And Anthony and a couple of his friends came in, and we've probably volunteered 25, 30 plus hours of his time just coming in to try and get this to work very diligently. Very happy to have had him.
Thank you for nominating me for this. It's a lot of fun working with those drones and trying to get them to fly so they could be used in the class. And then getting a chance to work with electronics and circuitry and actually experience what it would be like to be an electrical engineer, because it's the degree that I'm working towards through the Running Start program.
Great job, Anthony. Now I'd like to introduce Nancy Fairweather, presenting our Family and Consumer Sciences Student of the Year.
I would like to say that I'm speaking on behalf of 7 people in my department, and all 7 of us chose Marisol Gonzalez as our Student of the Year this year. We chose her because she is a completer. She's taken 10 classes, plus she is also a TA in our department. And the funny thing about Marisol is that you'd think she was going to pursue a career working with children or something to do with her loves of painting and cooking and baking and the things she likes, but she has a love of animals, so she could probably be in the ag department too, because the career she plans to pursue is starting with the vet tech and the Penn Foster's vet program. And then I said, well, why would you stop there? Why would you not continue on to the greatest college in the state and go to the veterinary medicine school? So I'm sure that's not why Marisol said she thought she would do this. I think she's quite capable. I'm just really fond of the fact that she loves everything in the Family and Consumer Sciences department, and then she also has her love and interest in animals. She, as TA, I just have to say that when I asked Miss Kim about Marisol's selection as Student of the Year, she said, you have to say that every time I would try to explain something to her, I never needed to give her any direction because she just knew what I needed. And it was preparation for preschool activities that she did with the kids, as that was her TA job, as she worked in the preschool and just taught lesson after lesson and prepped all the materials and took care of business. So congratulations, Marisol. I know you were surprised. I appreciated how quickly you took care of business. I think I saw you on here, so you're going to say something, right?
So I really want to thank all 7 of you and just like everyone at South for getting me to where I am. The support and guidance that you guys gave me, I'm so thankful for the rest of my life because you helped me figure out my career path in a very odd way, but I figured it out. And these past 3 years, I would not replace it at all with anything else. And I'm just very thankful to be in all 7 of you guys' classes and getting to work with you and working with a big selection of kids who had different career paths also.
With our graphic arts student of the year, Kathy Detry.
For graphics, I chose Alexis Mall for my student of the year. She is an amazing person. I have had her for all of the graphics classes, which would be beginning graphics, advanced graphics, graphics tech, and then this year she is in AP graphics, which is a year-long class. After I looked at her history, I found out that she has had something like 14 or 16 semesters of art credit. She also is only a junior.
Kathy, if you want to try your share.
Sure. Okay. So next year I'll have her again, but unfortunately I don't have any classes for her to take in graphics, so she's going to try and be my TA. Thank you. She's in AP graphics, and I would like to share some of her work. She's an amazing artist. In AP, they are focusing on not only their art skills, but this year they've really, they being AP, want the students to show modification and just thoughtful problem solving. And she has decided to do her AP sustained investigation on showing emotion by using the elements of art so that the viewer will know what her character is thinking. And she did a really good job. AP also wants you to show that you try different things. And you can see on this one, most of it is graphics on the computer. This one she made it, but she cut it out and did it a little differently. Same characters, but she really does add a lot of the personality and different emotion. I believe that she caught it perfectly. And to me, this looks like a 5 work, and I would be surprised if she doesn't get a full 5. As you can see, this is just amazing work for a student. They also had to show their process. So this slide right here is her showing her process of modification and thinking and different things that they have to do. She was also the vice president and is now the president of our graphics club. She's just been a wonderful help for me. She's a great person. She's always smiling, always willing, and really helps everyone else. She's an expert on the tablets, and I am not. And so I always call for her to help everyone, and she does. Her future goal is to be my TA next year. And I think that I covered it all. Alexis, do you have anything to say?
I wanted to thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. It means a lot to me. I had a great time in your class. You're definitely one of my favorite classes. And I just wanted to thank you so much for this opportunity and believing in me. Okay, sorry.
Great job, Alexis. Congratulations. With our Information Technology Student of the Year, presenting is Doug Erner.
Today, Luann Collins and I would like to honor Russell Balbadakis as the Information Technology Student of the Year. It's always a struggle to select just one of our students. The program spans the gamut from Microsoft Office certification to game design to 3D modeling, AP Computer Science and A+ certification. And there's this huge variety of students that stand out for their curiosity, for their passion for learning, for their commitment to excellence, and for their leadership contributions. And hard as it was this year, Russell emerged as this really strong candidate as we got to know him in game design and programming and in 3D modeling and animation. What made Russell stand out to me was his intense desire to challenge himself and to learn, coupled with his kindness and willingness to extend himself to help others in our classes. He always gets the job done. There's no fuss, no drama, and he's willing to lend a hand. In my class in game design and programming, Russell was often one of the first to complete a prototype, and he would come to me and ask, what should I do now? Early in the year, I could always count on him to be willing to pitch in and help his classmates. Later, as he became more confident in his programming skills, he would approach me with an idea for how to step up his game. And we would talk about the ideas, and then he would go off and try and implement it. I can't tell that he was ever really frustrated with me for not telling him just how to do it. I would try and sort of nudge him in the right direction and then say, go try it. And more often than not, he'd come back with something, and it was just very exciting to see what he could do. With Ms. Collins in 3D animation, he was always curious and willing to try his learning in the 3D animation program Blender beyond the projects he was assigned in class, and was willing to share with others what he'd found in tutorials and the information, and share what he knew to help them expand their knowledge. So both of us just really appreciated both his initiative and his obvious love for learning. I think I saw Russell on, and Russell, if you'd like to say something, now would be your turn.
Hear me all?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. Well, hi. Well, I was really confused because funny story is when Mr. Erner was trying to contact me, he was trying to contact my mom, couldn't get to her, so he contacted my grandma. So my mom was confused and I was confused. Then he called my mom. Then we talked, and he said I was nominated. I'm like, wow. And it's like student of the year for like appreciation. Sorry if I'm not precise. I'm kind of a little nervous talking. But game design class was really fun because I always enjoyed playing games, because my first console I ever played with was the PlayStation 2, and I played Crash Bandicoot, like it says, my hobbies and interests. And just we had fun playing those games. And it's always nice to open your mind to like create new things and like trying to like challenge yourself, see if you can do it. There were times I've been like, I don't know if I can do this. I'm like, I'll just try it, because what's the worst can happen? The computer saying, hey, you messed up on this. This has to be capitalized. And in year two, I had a lot of troubles with it. And yeah, it was just a lot of fun doing that stuff. And 3D modeling was also fun because it just, I guess, helps with my creativity to see what I can make. Because if you have an open, creative mind, I guess it's good to make what you want in your idea and see what you can do.
Congratulations, Russell. Proud of you.
Thanks, Mr. Seth.
Good job, Russell. Congratulations,
Hey, Russell.
Thanks, all.
Howdy, buddy. Way to go, bud. Hey,
Thanks.
Russell, don't forget you're also nominated for a Natus Award.
Really?
Yeah. From didn't you got the message in Google Classroom? So just add on here quickly. Russell is also in video, and he is nominated for a roller derby video he did last year as a VC2 student. So we'll find out the results of that come June 6th. But you also have that, Russell. So way to go, man.
Thanks, Swagger.
Way to go, dude.
Thanks all.
Great job. As you can see, many of our students move through a lot of our program areas, and so it's been great to see just the support from all the program areas for our students. Russell, it's been good to see you. Glad to see you had the confidence on to come to talk tonight. I know when you first came into my office, you were a little shy, but slowly built up that confidence throughout the years. So congratulations this evening.
Yeah, I think I'm still gonna have that butterfly like feeling in your stomach when you talk to people.
Let me tell you, Russell, it never goes away, right?
Yeah.
And if it does, you might be worried, right? Okay.
Presenting our marketing student of the year, Betsy Fighter.
The marketing student of the year I'm really excited to announce is Delaney DeTrey. Delaney's story is a little unique to DECA. She just joined last year as a junior, and she didn't want to do competition. She wasn't interested. She was probably a little skeptical, but luckily I talked her into competing at Area 7 DECA competition, and she aced it. She got first in her competitive event and advanced to the state DECA conference. Delaney this year as a senior joined the Bowling for a Cause community service project. The previous year, the project was really successful. It was the first year we had done the project. The two girls that did it made it to ICDC, and they raised $700 for Special Olympics. So Delaney brought this new and powerful energy to this young group with her creative ideas, outgoing personality, and passion for community service. Delaney's project raised $6,290 for the Special Olympics this year. Then they wrote a 20-page written project and competed at the state DECA conference. And of course, they placed first in the community service event. Delaney, though, double qualified for our international conference by gold certifying the student store. So she, in addition to her first paper, she wrote another 25-page business plan on the student store, mainly focusing on financial records, product service management, and pricing strategies. So she had to choose which event she would want to compete in at the International DECA conference. Unfortunately, that was canceled. So in my heart, Delaney got first at internationals in DECA. It would not be a surprise to anyone I know to hear me say that Delaney DeTrey is one of the most influential students I have worked with through DECA. The impact she has had on the community, large and small, is incredible. Thank you, Delaney, for bringing joy to my classroom, for laughing every day, and for just, when she walks into my class, she makes me happy. Congratulations, Delaney, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for you.
Great work, Delaney. With our NJRTC Student of the Year, Captain Todd Chapler and Senior Chief Harold Vickers.
I'm Todd Chapler. I'm the Senior Naval Science Instructor. I'm joined by Harold Vickers, our Naval Science Instructor. And our Student of the Year this year is Cadet Lieutenant Commander Benjamin Weller. He's been in our program for 4 years, and this year he took the reins as our commanding officer. He's had several positions in the unit. He was a platoon commander, and he was also the executive officer of the SAIL team and the unarmed drill team. He also participated in academics orienteering in the strength team. He's also active in the hiking club and is a graduate of the Northwest Navy Leadership Academy. Highlights of the year this year under Ben's leadership. We had a very successful area managers inspection, and he was really the driving factor for that. We had, one of the biggest challenges that we have every year is getting all the kids in uniform and getting them up to speed on their knowledge and the uniform regulations. And under his guidance, our overall scores were the highest that Senior Chief Vickers and I have seen in the last 7 years. So he really did a great job on that. One of the highlights of the year is also our mini boot camp that we take all of our freshmen and some of our upperclassmen to a 3-day evolution at a local camp. This year, Senior Chief and I partnered with Stadium High School. So we had 120 cadets out there at Soundview Camp, and it was very impressive to see Weller and his team integrate seamlessly with the leadership of the stadium unit as well. So they really had a great collaboration. It was kind of an eye-opener for both units. The kids had a great time, and so did we. But Ben really drove that the success of that. Also, a big part of our program is community service. Obviously, we didn't get a lot of opportunity to do community service after March, but up until that point, we'd achieved about 1,800 hours of community service and about 380 hours of support to the school. So that could not have been successful without Ben's leadership, and we're really proud to have been able to work with him. One of the hardest things that a lot of the cadets and a lot of the teachers don't see is we put tremendous demands on the student leaders, and he never said no. He always was up to the game, and he always ran with our direction and guidance, and it was just spectacular to watch him. The background that you see behind me is our field trip to the USS Nimitz, and that was one of Ben's memories from the year. So my hat's off to him. He's done a great job. I will turn it over to Senior Chief Vickers for additional comments.
Hey, good evening, guys. Cadet Weller, awesome job. I think one of the things that I always think about when I think about Cadet Weller is his ability to organize. And I thought this year was probably the most organized and well-run staff that we've seen in some time. The way that they held their meetings, the way that they took care of their business, was a level of professionalism that I think is somewhat uncommon in high school students. I think they just did a tremendous job. The way he empowered his subordinates, and just incredible. The way he handled things, very humble in his leadership. He didn't need people to pat him on the back. He understood his position, he understood his role, and he did a tremendous job seeing that staff through another tough year. Todd mentioned the boot camp, and I can't mention that. Can't say enough about how well he and his leadership team put together that boot camp and made things run. Those are 3 extremely arduous and hectic days. And for him to keep a handle on things as well as he did, working and sharing that leadership role with the commanding officer from Stadium High School was incredible. I think one of the great things that came out of it at the end of that was those 2 guys are friends. The commanding officer from Stadium and our guy, Benjamin Weller, they're buddies now. And I just thought, wow, that's awesome, just to see how that all worked out and the way that the relationships that were built. One of the things I always remember about Weller, he was humble, but he stood his ground. He and I went at it a bunch of different times on different topics where I was like, hey, this is the way we ought to be going. But you know what? He stood his ground. He made great arguments when he felt he needed to say, no, Senior Chief, this is really how I want to do things. And I commend him for that, because it's easy at times for these guys to just say, well, Senior Chief wants it this way or Captain wants it this way. Let's just do it. But he didn't do that. He said, no, you know what? I have a plan, and this is how I really want to carry it out. And I commend you, young man, for holding your ground and for standing up for what you believe. And I think as time goes on, you're going to see that those attributes will serve you very well. So thank you and congratulations for giving us a great year.
Thank you. I can't be thankful enough for what this program has given me, whether it be morning color guard practices with Senior Chief or going on day sailing trips with Captain. All in all, they were all great opportunities that I was able to have. Throughout these last 4 years, I can assure you that this program helps me to be the person I am today. After graduation, I plan on I've been admitted into University of Washington, Tacoma, and I plan on commissioning into the Coast Guard starting a program starting junior year. So
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs. Thank you.
Great job, Benjamin. With our photography student of the year, Kathy Dutry.
I have the pleasure of having Savannah Ward as my photography student of the year. I have had her for digital, Ms. Lockhart had her for digital photo. I had her for commercial photo. And then I've also had the opportunity to have her for beginning and advanced graphics. And she's also active in the video communication department. She's just a great all-around student and person, just always so pleasant to everyone and always willing to help. One of the stories that I have for her to show her great work ethic is I've had her during third block and second block when we had video second, but we have it third now, and she would come in late because she would help with WTV. So she'd come into my classroom quietly and get to work and pretty much be finished with whatever the task was at hand before other people that had been in there for 15 minutes earlier. And she's just a great student. She chose a friend and took photographs of them picking out the guitar and learning how to play the guitar and just the journey. And it ended up with her taking a photograph at a concert, and it shows her photography skills, which she has wonderful, beautiful, natural skill as a photographer. And a couple of the photographs she did black and white with certain things in color, like the guitar. Again, this not only shows her photography skills with the blurred background, but her Photoshop skills with the colored guitar. She is a senior, so she is here. I saw her on here. So Savannah, can you let us know what your future plans are?
Well, I don't really have a full future plan. It's like my thing says, it's not fully set in stone or whatever. But I don't know. I just want to thank you, Miss Dutry. I had really a lot of fun in your class, and I miss seeing you every single day for photography and graphics. And just thank you very much for the opportunity that you gave me in your class.
Oh,
yeah.
You're welcome, and thank you for being you.
Congratulations, Savannah. Great photography. Up next, with our video production student of the year, Greg Pickard.
I've known Jessica a year now, and for those that don't know, I took over for the legendary Mike Downham last year after he retired. And I knew coming in I had big shoes to fill. And so one of the very first questions I asked him was, who, without a doubt, can I rely on going into this year? And with that, who can I add some and have immediately, I guess, give them more responsibility so that we can make this transition as smooth as possible. And on the list, the first name that came up was Jessica. So she has been a WTV producer and director throughout the entire year for us, and has consistently kind of been our go-to person. She is Emmy nominated, so her Christmas episode is nominated for an Emmy. Again, as Swagger mentioned before, we will find out those results come June, but I have no doubt she's going to do very well. Consistently, day after day, even when things got crazy, being in the news program, there's changes down to the wire. She handled that with poise, professionalism, and was a person we could rely on if things were crazy and we were needed other places. So thank you, Jessica, for that. You made both Swagger and my life a whole lot easier and saved us quite a few times with WTV throughout our program. Swagger, did I miss anything? Do you want to say anything on that, on WTV's front?
Well, I had the chance to look through back what Savannah has done for us, and Savannah is a 3-year student. She actually had a sister come.
Jessica.
Jessica had a sister come through the program before her. But one thing I'll say about Jessica is she understands the philosophy of video that we're here to promote everybody else. We're here to get the message out about other people. She did a story on Helpline that we aired during her Christmas show. She actually we have an internal thing called the Hall Awards, and in her sophomore year, in her first year in video, she was actually nominated. And she's able to, like Mr. Pickard said, go with some of the last minute changes, crazy things that happen. But mainly, I can say that with all that, she knows how to handle it. And I can only say that drive and dedication of taking something head on, last minute, will help her out as she goes beyond South Kitsap.
Absolutely. And, I can say a big thank you from SK Video. You definitely have left your mark. And you've trained countless producers who are going to go on to have lasting effects over the next couple of years. So very well done. And this honor is definitely deserved. Nice job, Jessica.
I just want to say thank you to Mr. Pickard and Swagger for the nomination. Being in video production is really a unique class that I have been lucky to take for the last 3 years. So I have a lot of experiences to take away from this, and just want to thank you again.
Great job, Jessica. And the last one of the evening, Jeff Wynn with our Wood Technology Student of the Year.
I just want to start off by saying to Ryder, the person I chose is Ryder Mannion, and Ryder I've had for the last 3 years. Ryder, he's a goofball, but in a really great way. He keeps things light in the class. He started out when he first started the shop, he had a few skills, but not that many, but boy, he could sure talk. And he talks a lot, right? But he's just fun to have around. And it's been fun for me to watch him just mature as he grew into each year. I've had him in my advanced wood shop. I've had him in my outdoor rec manufacturing class. He made an amazing fishing rod. And we were just wrapping up working in our boat building class where I had him for a whole year. And he just really took to it. Ryder's a great kid. He's an awesome classmate. He's really great with, with just the other students in class. He keeps things light. He knows when he needs to not be so light and really focus. He's just a great kid. I've really, really enjoyed having him along. He's super tall and I'm not that tall. So, his favorite thing was always pat me on the head. And at first you're like, but then you know what? That was just his way of saying, you're all right, Mr. Wynn. So, and I just really enjoyed having him around. He's a great kid. I'm excited for him. I know that he's right now working to try to get a job with a construction outfit, and I'm really hopeful that that works for him. I know that whatever he decides to do, he's really going to do well. He's just a really awesome young man, and I've really enjoyed having him in my classes. I just want to say, Ryder Mannion, he's a great kid, and I was really excited to get to know him and get to have him be around. So.
Good job, Ryder. Congratulations.
Great job, Ryder.
Right. So I want to give, want to say a special thank you again to those on our instructional leadership team that are here supporting us tonight. Quite a few of you are out there. Also want to again thank our school board for being here tonight. I saw some come and go and still stay. So I also want to take just a second to recognize we have 3 retiring teachers this year that are going to be leaving us after this year. And so, unique experiences with all of them. One, Teresa Burns, our family consumer science teacher down there at Cedar Heights. And Teresa and I have a special connection. My first job in the district was there at Cedar, and she was always there to support me, and has been a great member of our team and taught the culinary classes down there in Cedar Heights for a very long time. So Teresa, thank you for your service. Dale Euban, newer to our district, but has been here the last 5 years and hit the ground running, took on new classes, new technology, updating his classroom there at Marcus Whitman, and he's our technology, pre-engineering, and computer science teacher there. So thank you, Dale, for your service with South Kitsap School District and your long service in education. Last is Nancy Fairweather. Give me a second. Nancy, I really appreciate all the time that you have dedicated to our district. What you've done for all students. I was a student in the district. You were a teacher that I had encountered then and now, and I can say truly that you've shaped many students in this community into who they are, including me. I thank you, all of you, for your support and leadership and what you do for students every day. You truly make an impact for kids. For those students and parents, we could not do it without you for sending us these great students being dedicated to your learning, passionate about what you do, and taking advantage of the opportunity that our programs have to offer. So thank you to you as well. And then our advisory committee members, we have many that are on the call tonight, and I see you there and appreciate you taking your evening, as always, to celebrate these students with us. But these programs would be nowhere without your guidance and recommendations, support, allowing us to come to your facilities, coming into our classrooms, and just all of the great work that you do guiding our teachers and supporting students in their learning. So thank you again for those that have participated in our advisory board. So with that said, I just wanted to, I'll put him on the hot seat right here. Mr. Goodwin, if you had anything that you wanted to add as our principal this year, we have in career and technical education, I can't tell you the support that the teachers feel at that building with you there, and are excited about what the future brings. And if you had anything that you wanted to add, just wanted to give you an opportunity to do that before we begin to break out into our breakout rooms.
I would just say I'm so impressed with the quality of our programs, but when I listen to our students speak, it just blows me away what they've given to the program, but what they're getting from it too. And I'm impressed with all the way across the board. So I just want to say congratulations to our seniors, and thank you to everybody out there from like you said, our parents, our advisory committee, our board. You guys have done an amazing job, and our teachers are phenomenal in the career technical area, and I couldn't be happier with the way that our kids come out prepared. So yeah, very impressive. Thank you. Thank you for letting me be part of this.
Thank you very much, and we're glad to have you as part of the SK team. And Mr. Winter, same goes out to you if you had anything that you would like to add before your breakout. Just want to give you that opportunity as well.
Thank you. And I'll just echo what Dave said. Just some great evening to celebrate our students, and again, impressed with our staff, impressed with our students, really proud to be part of South Kitsap. So thank you.
And we appreciate the vision that you're providing, and we believe and we know that we are one of the top 5 CTE programs in the state of Washington, if not the top CTE program in the state of Washington. But with the support that we have with our advisory members, our school board, our administration, and students and parents, we will continue to get better every day. So again, just really want to thank everybody for taking some time out of your evening tonight to, in a unique way and in a unique situation, really honor the hard work that everyone has put in. I think at times we can see it come to an end, and maybe it's not the perfect way that we wanted to wrap that present up, but it still is a present to get to be able to spend tonight together. So thank you so much for doing that. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and allow, I don't want to keep our advisory members on here too long. I know we've got a school board meeting this evening, as well as we're going to be breaking out into breakout rooms. So the way it's going to work and I have been stretched to my technology limits this evening. So we will see if we can do this, but we're gonna go ahead and push out into breakout rooms. And if you're an advisory member and you're not going immediately to a breakout room, just hang out in the main room here, and Mr. Kilpatrick will, and Heidi Dusek will help escort you to the appropriate room. So it's kind of like we're chauffeuring you around our wonderful facility, but we'll get you in the right place. So we're going to go ahead and give this a shot and move to those breakout rooms. So again, thank you everyone, and appreciate what you do for our students.